Let's start the podcast.
I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
What the hell's going on out here?
Otter, how are you feeling,
Yeah,
by the
well,
way?
I'm all right.
Was
I've
yours an
recovered.
intestinal thing, or was it a virus? Was it a...
I think it was four large coffees and a pretzel on the road.
Did you shit
And
yourself on the road? Did you?
I
You
did not
did, you
shit
son of
myself
a...
on
I've
the
done
road.
it.
I-
Come on.
You have?
That's why
You've
I
shit
carry that
yourself
extra
on the
pair of
road?
underwear in my backpack.
I'm not there yet. I just didn't feel well. I hung
Oh,
in there, and then are we on right now?
we're
This is
recording, but
okay.
we
We
haven't.
are. Yeah, two dicks talking dicks, two owls. What the fuck is our name? I don't know. I'm wearing the shirt.
I know you are.
Two owls, one pod. I'm on the Icon. I'm at sea. We're on our way to Roatan, and that's El Ducharme. He's on. I don't know what he's on. The MSC, brand new
MSC
cruise line.
Seashore. It's they
We
have
not
four.
done this either.
It's a
one
Swiss
of us,
company,
so
and it's a very
we're just
European
exploring it.
feel to it now. So it's but they've broken into this U.S. market here. I'm in Cape Canaveral now. I was just in Roatan on Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas 3 days ago.
Yeah, you step. That's kind of cool. You can step off and step on a ship. Did you have to kill time? Did they let you? Because you get off with your bags. It's early. Did they let you get on the next one, or did you have to be homeless with luggage?
Well, I'll explain it to you. Right next to the cruise ship on the Wonder of the Seas is a bunch of restaurants. There's like 6 or 7 restaurants in this little marina. There's actually a few marinas, mini marinas side by side. And they have all these restaurants, Bob's Crab, Shack, Rusty's Seafood. There's like 2 tiki bars. They're like on each end, different tiki bars. So there was a place called Grills right next to the ship, and I've seen it. They usually
I know
have
it
live.
well.
Oh, they have live music there. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The place kills it because of the cruise lines. It's always busy. So I said, Bernie, let's go to Grills. It's right there. I was with my wife Bernadette, and she was going to
Right.
be going to the airport, but her flight wasn't until 7 p.m. So she
Uh-huh.
said, I have, 10 hours to kill. So I said, well, I don't have to get on the ship here until like 2:30. So let me do that. So we went over to Grills and we had a big breakfast for a reasonable price. They weren't gouging at all, and then we were just hanging out, killing time there, and for a while. Then we sat outside, and the heat came. I said, "All right, well let me head on over to the MSC. Now I can see the ship,
You
but
can MSC it.
I can MSC the sea ship, but it's too far. It's too far with luggage. You got to go.
Oh,
You got to go all the way down, then around a waterway over a bridge,
right.
and then it
Not too
loops
far.
around. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
I said, I guess I'm going to have to take a lift. We cannot get a Lyft or an Uber at about 1 o'clock. Our phones we can't get
Really?
it. Our phones are heating up. Our phones are shutting down. They're saying they're heating up. So we had to go back inside. I had to get a cup of ice to cool my phone down so that I could try to summon a Lyft or an Uber.
Wow. I've
No
lived
luck.
in Florida for many, many years. I've never had that experience.
Oh.
Interesting.
Stand by.
Stand by.
Hi, Dave. How are
Al's
you?
got a call.
Good. Did I screw this
Telling
up
him-
already?
Yeah, you did. We don't want you here. We were just looking at your videos. We'd like you to leave the ship now.
Okay, because I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not going to work out. We'd like you to leave. Thanks for understanding. Maybe you can catch that flight with Bernie on the way home. Please, pack up your shit and get out. We were looking at your America's Got Talent tape, and we disagreed with America.
I was on America's Got Talent, not The Voice. I
saw no
also
talent.
do a lot of animated voices on
Oh, he's giving his
Netflix.
resume. Oh, this is awesome. So if you're new to this or you're not on the Patreon, you should be on the Patreon right now. You got to see what's going on here.
Oh boy.
This is great. But Al got on to a new ship, MSC something or other, and maybe was supposed to meet with the cruise director, which we never do. So it's not great.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Bye.
Dave.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Miscommunications. Yeah, I know you've been
Uh,
shitting on me for 4.5
Dave,
minutes.
Dave wanted. What did Dave need? Your credits.
Well, first of all, to get on the ship, my passport says Alfred Ducharme Jr., named after my father, my late father.
Yes.
So they can't find me on the manifest because they have Al space du space charm. So I'm lost. It's over an hour. It's
Wow.
over an hour to get
And
me.
it's strange because they're always so on it when you get on ships like that. They're always. It's such a smooth transaction. There's never a problem. So this is very strange.
You're being sarcastic, but
I'm being very sarcastic.
all the paperwork I have, I've gotten 11 different emails. I've gotten code of conduct. I've got procedures and whatnot. And all my paperwork says Alfred Ducharme Jr., Alfred Ducharme Jr., Alfred Ducharme Jr. I get on the ship and they have Al Ducharme. and no one knows.
Can't
And
put
no
it
one knows.
together.
They can't.
They see your passport. They see Ducharme is one word. They look at their manifest. It's split up, and they can't put it together.
They couldn't. But they eventually did. It took an hour and 10 minutes for them to. Someone came down and went, "Hold on a second.
That's the same guy.
That's the same. That's him."
Let him in.
Well, they're saying, what cabin is Al Ducharme in? And then they finally said, he's in 11, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they go, well, the names are different. Oh, by the way, here's another name.
The names are not different.
They gave me an extra card. It says John Doe on it. So I actually have 2 key cards.
Oh, you got a John Doe.
I got you.
Well, he's in the morgue right now, so give him his card back. Fucking John didn't have a good cruise last week. And holy shit.
So here's what they said to me.
It's not a good omen. Here's John Doe's card.
They want my bio, my short bio, my long bio, and a picture. And it's going to print. So I got to send it to him right now. So I have to put us on hold. So there you have it.
Why don't you just let me have the pod again? I'd rather have that.
All right. Here you go. Take the pod. Take it over while I send this off.
All right. Well, let me look to what I was going to talk about. Some things. By the way, I'm going to be on I'm on it right now. So I'll plug away because Al doesn't give a shit about this. I'm going to be, you can check me out on All Pro Lines podcast. I think it's video and available at wherever you get your podcast. Because I talk sports and comedy. And I talk about the Giants, and he shits on my football team. So that's kind of fun. All Pro Lines. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts. And I have a special coming out July 10th on Open Bar Comedy. And I forget what it's called. I don't know the title. I gave it to him months ago. I have no idea what it's called. But check it out. It's mostly crowd work. So I did one. And I wanted to do a crowd work one, so I did. And that'll be on YouTube. So you could check it out for free on YouTube, July 10th. Pretty much a crowd work, half hour, whatever it is, 40 minutes. I'm not sure. But those are my 2 plugs, All Pro Lines podcast and my open bar, July 10th. From McCurdy's Comedy Club in Sarasota, Florida. And that's it for the plugs. I'm waiting now for Al to finish up an email where he can send off his credits to a cruise director who won't understand them and will misspell them anyway. Let's go, Alfred. How long does it take to send Dave some credits? Hey, Dave. I was on The Voice. And I was on To Catch a Predator season 4. Remember that one? That was embarrassing. Ducharme showed up with a pizza and a box of condoms. And was just saying, just wanted to watch some Netflix. Going to watch a couple of movies, have some pizza. And, the boy was 9, but Al didn't. It wasn't anything weird going to happen. It was just... wanted to watch a movie and have some pizza with a 9-year-old boy. And that's why Al works in international waters at some point.
All right. I think
all right,
we're covered.
Holy God.
Oh,
jeez.
This is good because this is perfect timing because we're we're also launching Al Romas's new solo podcast. So this was a good run for that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Did you get Dave all his info for you? Did you tell him you're on The Voice and Catch a Predator season 3, episode 9? Did you fill him in with everything?
I gave him all the deets.
Good, good. So no show tonight?
No, I have a tech rehearsal tomorrow at 5, and then 2 shows, family friendly, and then
Ugh.
an adult show later on. Now, which is different from what I was bombarded with. I was told that I was going to have to do 6 shows, and they wanted like 2 hours of material.
What?
So I've been practicing your act.
God damn, that's horrible.
That was the original email that I received, and I sent it back. I go, this isn't for me. I'm a 75-minute guy. I go, I can eke out another 15, but it weakens my hand. So
yeah.
And nobody said anything, and they just took, and now it turned out to be just a regular cruise for me.
All right. Money, not asking your money. Is similar. We in the same as everywhere else you work. A little less, a little more, right in there.
Same. We get a drink. We get a drink package. We get basic wine and beer, refreshments, water, sparkling water, coffees, all complimentary.
Nice.
And the internet, 40% off. So
okay.
So 25 a day, less 40%. What is that?
That's not
like
not
$90
bad.
For the week for high speed.
Not
bad. Princess is $14 for the week. No, I'm sorry, they just went up to $18. They jumped from 14 to 18. Yeah.
I was there, whatever it was,
which is a bargain for the week. No, for
but
the whole
week.
There.
I did 3 days on that Princess ship, and when I checked out, when I left, they had charged me for 1 cappuccino, and I had like 3 coffees and Wi-Fi, and my bill had 1 cappuccino, $2.99, with their discount thing. So I was like, all right, thank you guys. So that's a pretty sweet gig. But this MSC, what do we know about this? I don't know anything about it.
It's a Swiss company.
Royal. You're not loyal, but that's all right. Trump wouldn't like you. Not loyal.
I'm loyal to Royal, but also I've learned that you have to diversify because there's been a big up at Royal, so we don't know what's going to happen.
You're right. No, it's a smart move. Why not?
I don't have an exclusive If I had an exclusive contract with Royal, then I wouldn't be here, but I don't. And they move my calendar around whenever they want. So
they do. Yeah.
This was literally, I could walk here if it wasn't so hot from the other ship that I get off of. So anyway, to the Uber thing, I could not get an Uber to come here.
Yeah. So I don't understand that.
I had to wait for somebody to get out of an Uber, and I walked up to him and I said, I'll give you $10 if you take me to that ship over there. And then it ended up being even a bigger loop than I thought. So I gave him 15.
Right. Yeah. Well, they built that port for Wonder, because the size of it and all. So it's further away from the main port. Is that what I'm?
Yes.
I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Because Oasis used to be in there too. In that port.
Well, this is
when Kelly and Teddy would visit me.
This is Terminal 1, though. The Wonder was at Terminal 1, and they have, I think, 10 or 12 terminals here now.
Okay. So it's the biggest port. It'll be the biggest port in the world or the U.S. Definitely the U.S.
U.S. I know that.
But a
cruise port. You got to be cruise port because it's not the biggest port.
Yeah, Utopia.
You go to Hong Kong or wherever.
I don't want to go to Hong Kong, but Utopia comes in July. Is it? I believe
next month.
I think July. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm here this week. I usually do 2 weeks, but I'm home next week. I leave here on Saturday. So I have a week at home, 6 days at home. And then I'm going to the Oasis in Barcelona. Barcelona.
Is Kelly joining you on this one?
No, she will not be joining me. She's going to stay home. Kelly's she might be beginning a new job. Remember the story of her company got hacked?
It was hacked and hijacked.
Right. They're slowly getting back on their feet. But in the meantime, she had an offer from the hospital, Tampa General, to do basically the same job at home, more dough and different hours, but a better sitch.
Being
So
hijacked is a good thing sometimes.
yeah, so she has to go to Michigan in July, so she's going to start after the trip home from Michigan, and then she'll be on a 90-day probation type thing. And but no, she can't go. I wanted her to, and I said you should go with, but didn't work out. So maybe next time, if there is a next time, we'll see. You just finished a week up with your wife on the Wonder. How was that? That's a rarity. Boy, couple together working on a ship,
performing together. So we were
Yeah.
trying to keep it on the down low, but the cat's out of the bag now. Enough people know about it. It's so funny. People were messaging me, people that we both know, and saying, "Hey, who's on with you this week?" Out of nowhere. I never fucking hear from them. What's going on there? I'm coming on next week. I want to know,
Yeah.
are you going to be there next week? While there's another performer on the ship.
Yeah.
And they've already been texting back and forth. He said, "Hey, so-and-so said to say hello." So he's already given him all the information. And then 24 hours later, he's asking me for the same information.
Wow.
To confirm it.
Yeah.
Talk about being insecure. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, that's our whole business. That's
very competitive. Very
Yeah.
competitive.
Was it good? I mean, not good. What was that? The wife on the crew? Because that's a whole new thing.
Yes.
None of us have ever done that really.
Well, we
had
two cabins. We had two cabins.
Oh, right.
And they clearly knew we were husband and wife because they moved me from down the hall to right next door to her. So we kept them. We stayed together at night as a couple, but she kept hers for showering, dressing room, basically a walk-in closet. And whenever she wanted to just go chill out or something, or read or meditate, whatever the hell she was doing.
Get a break from you.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, because part of the thing was we'd like to work more ships together, but you can throw us in one cab. And now I'm like, no.
No.
Let's
I'm
do
surprised
cabins.
though. I'm surprised because they're so, with money and everything. Like you have a couple, I'm amazed they gave you the two. I mean, that seems like if it went on more, they would be like, wait a second, what do we just one cabin? That's it. We want to sell.
I think we were both booked separately before that all unraveled.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Because they didn't, when Bernadette first got hired by the company, they didn't know that she was my wife.
Okay.
Because we wanted her to. Oh, cruise director.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh,
hey,
Dave's
did it go through?
Dave, what's happening?
Oh shoot! You're kidding me.
Damn it!
Right. Let me remedy that.
I sent you that gay porn site. That was a mistake.
MSC
that was a mistake, Dave.
Seashore.com, correct?
That was not very bright. This is sad.
Okay, we'll give it a go. Thanks so much, Dave.
Dave. Oh, here now he's going to find his earbuds.
Did you take a break?
I did not. I went through the whole thing, and Dave is fucking retarded. Let's be honest. Dave, there's something wrong with Dave. There's something wrong with him.
He's got some issues.
There's some issues, and your bio. You were not in a league of their own, so don't say you were. That's bullshit. And
I was in that movie, A League of Their Own.
Dave's going to bring you up.
I was a cross-dresser.
He's the co-host of two guys who have ALS on one pod.
It's going to be awful. I sent it to him. He says he said it was too big. It's too big.
Well, I knew it wasn't a dick pic. Good night, folks.
Hello.
In your bio is everything that's wrong with television and comedy. The fact that Heidi Klum is a judge of anything, especially comedy. You know what I mean? Like that right
Doesn't
there.
matter. Doesn't matter. She has millions of followers. The show has millions of followers, and her and Simon Cowell loved and adored me.
That's great.
Yeah, I will say that Howie Mandel liked me too. It was that Mel B. She was not the biggest fan.
I don't know. I'm just saying the television where a thing where a woman, Heidi Klum, was just based on, I guess she was hot when 30 years ago. I don't know anything about her. I'm assuming she was a model 30 years ago, and now she's 85 and judging comedians. Mm-hmm. A little off, but I did Star Search, and Joyce Brothers was a judge, so it's never.
Wait, Dr. Joyce Brothers.
She was a judge, with Greg Brady, the guy who played Greg Brady.
Was she a sex therapist, or just a therapist?
I think she was therapist, but remember she was on TV. She would be on the Tonight Show and Merv.
Yeah, it was
Griffin
before Dr. Ruth was the sex
Right.
therapist, but I thought that Dr. Joyce Brothers had couples and relationships and whatnot.
Maybe. We had B.B. King, Joyce Brothers, and Greg Brady judging comedy at 9 a.m. at Disney World on Star Search.
Well, there you go.
What is this? What's happening?
Heidi Klum is more famous now as a judge on America's Got Talent than she was a model, and she was world famous for like 20
Was she
years.
Victoria's Secret? Is that who am I thinking of her from that? Was she
Is
one
that
of
where
those
she came out of?
with the wings? Was she one of those broads with
She
the wings?
may have been one of those broads with the wings.
Yeah. I don't know. Dave, yeah. So I didn't care for Dave at all. I didn't like him. Where's he from? Is he from another country? Doesn't know
UK.
Bill Burr? Doesn't know Bill Burr?
No.
Come on. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whatever. Yeah, I had the best Uber yesterday. Because I drive from Clearwater to Miami. I drop off a rental. I get in an Uber, and I open up the app, and it says your driver is deaf. I was like, home run, buddy. Oh, I love it. Guy comes out of his car, helps with my luggage, gives me a thumbs up, and we have no dialogue for the next 15 minutes.
He didn't do any of this.
No. Nope. My man gave me a thumbs up, and that was about it. It was perfect. So that's my best. I wish they had the app. I wish they had that on the app. Pick a deaf driver. I would do it every time.
My guy, who I gave cash to when he was dropping someone off, not a lick of English, and I don't speak a lick of Spanish. And he was like, barato. I go, straight. He goes, gra gra. Whatever he said, whatever word was, I went, I'm pointing straight. And then I would go right. And then I go left. So when I would point and I would say right, he still had to like, what? What way? And then he'd point with me. And I go, yeah. And it took a little longer to get here.
I don't want to be some MAGA asshole, but come on. You got to know the language a little bit. It's like I don't move to Argentina and be a cab driver. I don't know where I'm going. I don't speak the language. Let me drive people for a living.
You know the expression, he was right off the boat? This guy was right over the wall. He was right over the wall.
Well, we got to build that wall, buddy. We got to build it, goddammit.
We can build a wall with doors and machine guns, right?
Hell yeah. Go to Cozumel, man. Did you see last time you were just there? Did you notice there's more armed army guys on the road than I've ever seen before.
I've seen a few.
Yeah. They're in full camo and fucking automatic weapons. That's comfortable next to the thirsty cougar. You know what I'm saying? Really appetizing.
He's talking about the bar.
Oh, the bar. Yes, there's a bar called Thirsty Cougar in Cozumel. I saw you guys were at the No Name Bar in Cozumel.
We did. Bernadette and I made a pit stop there. We had a margarita, which is a fish bowl, and then they made sure. She goes, "Are you what did she say? She said, "Are you crew?" I go, "Yes, we're contractors. We're on the Wonder." She goes, "Okay, I'll give you a 20% discount." So, because it's all crew people, but it's all like young people, 20s and 30s.
Oh yeah.
We were definitely the hall monitor people or the chaperones.
Yeah. I stopped going in there about 5 years ago. It was getting like it felt like
you were the creepy guy.
I was creepy. And all the they're on the pool and all the kids. And I was just like, I don't think I belong here anymore. Gotta move on. You're not old, but you're too old to be in the club.
Right. But I've gone there with 3 or 4 other entertainers, Mark Price, Mark Preston, Mike Price.
Mark Preston's way too old to be in there.
Was it Mark?
That's embarrassing.
Was it Mark? Maybe it wasn't him.
No.
Mike Price.
Oh, the rock and roll juggler?
No.
Al doesn't know who he was with. Okay. I don't know. I remember Mike Price juggler.
I thought it was Mike Price comedian. Maybe I get the names wrong. I don't know. I'm fried right now because I was frazzled to get this podcast up and running.
And Dave calling left and right.
And you're an hour behind and you didn't realize it. So you're like, I can go now. I can go now. I can go early. I can go. What?
My fault. Apologies. Yeah, we turned the clocks back last night. Did 2 shows, turned the clocks back. Then I was like, oh, I'm done. It's 10 o'clock. I'm done now. I'll go have a cigar. It'd be nice. Up upstairs under the stars. And then, I know people. I've been on this thing off and on since January, so I know the other entertainers. And then the skater sat down, lit up a cigar. Then one of the guys from the band sat down, lit up a cigar. And then you sit there now, it's 1 a.m. And yeah,
Did you say
that's
one of
exactly
the
what
skaters?
yeah. Yeah. Well, he's not part of the, no, he's a guy from, I think the Ukraine, and he's world renowned. They
Oh.
hired him. He's the star of, so the
Oh,
skaters are all, yeah,
Oh, it's the
they're
icon.
kids.
It's the icon. So they're pulling out all the stops.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
By the way, you know the elevators that you're talking about, the icon?
Yeah.
They have them here on the seashore.
Oh, look at that. Very good.
Yep.
Wow. This is looking better.
Yep.
Looking better. You got a balcony. I like that.
I got a balcony. It's kind of nice. And the room is sleek. It's very European and stylized, and just a little different from what I'm used to. It has a adjoining door for the cabin next door, I guess, for families. So
Okay. Well,
Which
I'll be
I-
interested to hear your next podcast. We'll hear the review, the food, the shows, and your overall thoughts on MSC, which I know nothing about other than I've seen them.
Well,
They
it
seem to
seemed
be
like there
popping up.
It seemed like there were a lot of Europeans mixed. There was a lot of people that I could hear different languages being spoken, so hopefully they'll understand English. Although Al Ducharme's act needs no translation.
No, everyone understands noises, so it's always funny to hear a sound amplified in a microphone.
I'm very proud
You're
of
gonna-
myself for being
you're gonna
able to
kill
make a living at making fart noises.
Well, you should be. Most people in the business are fucking amazed by the whole. He's still doing it. Yep. Yeah. He works all the time. What the fuck?
His calendar's full.
Pretty good.
Constantly.
You're talking about fooling him. Holy shit. Congratulations, buddy. You did well.
Yeah, when I tried to be a comedian, that's when I struggled.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. You start farting there, buddy. Come on.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, well, yesterday we were going to pod, and we were saying I didn't feel well, and then I had when I take the car back to the rental, I have to gas it up, and that's my, I don't know, pet peeve or whatever. But these guys who park their car, they get gas, they finish pumping the gas, and then they go into the store.
Oh, they don't pull their car away.
It's unbelievable.
And first of all, you can pay for your gas at the pump. They're going in to buy stuff, soft drinks.
And they're done.
Oh.
I don't even mind if you if the gas is still going, you put it out. You want
I
to
never
fill it
do
up,
that.
Fill it up and run in, run out.
Well,
not great.
Right.
But when that hose is done and you're done, and I'm
And
sitting
you just
with an
and you
upset
walk in
stomach
and you're taking
waiting.
your time. You're going to the bathroom. You get that's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah. That's the worst. That's the worst man in the world, right there. That guy.
Especially,
And then I went around to the next pump. Meanwhile, you got the stomach gurgling, and I don't feel well, and I got 2 shows tonight, and I just want to get. I still got to go to the airport, drop the car, get an Uber, go to the ship, get on, and you just sit there, and then I go to the next pump, and the car's sitting there. Same thing.
no.
Same thing. And then you just go, "What the fuck are you doing? Who does that? That's not. We live in a society. I mean, you got to.
I've seen more inconsiderate people in the last. I don't know. I guess since the pandemic, just more inconsiderate people.
It is worse.
Tenfold.
It is worse.
I'm like, I'm not making it up. I'm
No,
not.
I know.
Everybody's been talking about it. It's like unbelievable.
Everyone's saying it too. Yeah, it's true. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it's just incredible. They just don't think about anyone. Like, all right, my gas is pumped. I'm done. Now I'll go in the store. Like maybe someone else would like to use that pump. That didn't pop in his head. A couple of different people. So that was brutal. And yeah. But no, I think what it was the night before we went out to dinner, went to a hibachi Japanese steakhouse deal. And I was drinking the hot sake. And then in the morning I had a ton of coffee. And And then I was hungry. I didn't want to eat badly, but then I was so hungry. I went to Wawa and I got a pretzel. So the whole mix, I think what was going on in my stomach was.
You didn't have a total lower intestinal evacuations before you got into the car on that long drive?
No.
I wouldn't leave the house unless that happened.
You're like the old American Express commercial. Don't leave the house without it.
Right.
Al doesn't leave the house without a complete evacuation.
And I have my coffee. That's why I have my coffee as soon as I wake up. And that way there, and within the next hour, there's going to be an exit.
Yeah. Well, let me show you. I got this.
What is he showing me?
This. I was leaving, and then
you got the Stanley. Is that a Stanley or a Yeti?
Well, a Yeti.
Oh my goodness! That's it. Why don't you just move to LA right now?
Well, I was leaving the house, and then Kelly goes, "Oh wait, hold on. We have I want to give you this for Father's Day from Teddy." And I'm like, "What?" And so this was full of coffee, and I had a coffee again, and a pretzel.
That thing costs more than you're making this week. That Yeti thermos.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. My dog has money. What can I say? You know.
That was a very nice
You know what
gift.
I found out? Kelly was a big podcast. She's a big podcast fan, but she likes to watch them. And then I noticed that while she's been out of work for a month, I go, oh, doing the podcast. She goes, oh God, I have a bunch of those to still get through. So I'm like, you haven't seen one since she's been out of work. She has not seen a podcast.
No.
So it's not like it wasn't like, oh, I have to watch it on Monday. It's like, I'll watch them when I go back to work.
So what does she have?
Oh.
It's playing over in the corner while she's at the computer.
Yeah, she's got like three monitors
and she can look
in
up.
front of her.
Okay.
And then she's got her laptop to the right, and she'll listen and then glance over at our dumb mugs every now and then.
I see.
So yeah, but it was funny.
Kelly.
Like she was all about the podcast. She loves it, and then I go, "Have you seen it?" She's like, "No." When I go back to work, I'm like, okay. Well, so we got the people who can wait, and we got the people who enjoy our snippets. Those are our and then a few listeners, a couple of real, listeners, but
diehard listeners.
But yeah, die hard, baby.
Do we have any questions this week?
I've got questions, buddy. No, I don't have any. We haven't got any questions. No, I have questions.
Did we get questions and you forgot to write them down?
No.
How did we not get any questions?
We didn't get any questions. So, I know.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
You shouldn't have brought it up. It's a little embarrassing. Cut this part. No, save it. This will be our clip. So you fuckers send us questions. We need them.
We got a clip. I am toast, man. And when we went to bed late, we had a show late night. We were working with ventriloquist Ron Lucas, and we went to the wine bar and had a nightcapper and said goodbye, and finished packing.
On getting the 100% signing. Does he still have his card?
I'm not at liberty to say and reveal such things, but yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I didn't know it was a secret. He's had it for 40 years, so I don't know.
He's it's so funny because when he had it, it said you can't have a drink higher than $10, and that's from 25 years ago.
Yeah, I remember years and years. I went with him to Vintages, and he goes, "I can have anything you want. I have the card," and he didn't know it at the time that it was lower. So I said, "Oh, great!" I go, "Let's do a bottle of Camus," and he goes, "Sure." And then they came over and gave him the news.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't buy that with this. He goes, I thought it was 100%. Like, no.
Not that one. There's a cap on it. It's I think it's $60 or $65.
Yeah. I mean, still nice to have.
No, it is. And he actually bought us a bottle of wine one night at dinner. So he said because the wine he likes was $14, and he says he can't get that for free, but he can get the bottle, $65 bottle for free. So we all had a glass.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's one of those things. That's one of those things where the cruise lines just don't fucking get it. Penny wise, pound foolish. Did you hear or see the John Joseph post about his travels?
No.
The travel department at a particular cruise line booked his travel, $299, one way. New York, San Francisco, or something like that, which is a bargain, but it's basic economy. You can't do anything with it.
Okay.
So he said for $379, he would have had Delta Plus. He would have been able to pick his seat. He would have had free luggage. Plus, he has his guitar. He sent them a
Right.
bill for $150 for his luggage. So they saved $80, but it cost them $150 for his luggage.
It's
Plus, he was miserable.
I-
He couldn't sit comfortably on the plane.
right. Yeah, and he's a big old man.
He's like 6'3", and
yeah, and he's not he's older than us, and who needs that shit?
No,
I
he should
mean,
be comfortable. He's earned it.
yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely.
Oh, and then the flight was canceled.
Oh.
It was canceled because I don't know what the reason was, but they couldn't do anything with it because when you get a fare that low, it's non-refundable. You can't do anything. So they fucked themselves. They had to eat the ticket. He got full pay.
Oh, he stayed home.
I believe he stayed home.
Oh, fantastic! Great, happy
So
ending.
I mean, he made out, but
yeah,
now it's costing them everything.
none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. You know, I mean, they're talking about the guys we were talking last night. The band, they were saying all these tribute bands got fired. You know, they're no longer these tribute bands, and it was because they need cabins and then the money. But they really was the cabins. Guys need 4 or 5 cabins, and they want to sell them. But they're worried about these holograms, and he was saying that it seems to be the ships are kind of fascinated by this, and you spend, say, you buy it for $1 million or 500,000 or whatever, and boom, you throw up Whitney Houston on stage, and a click tracked, so no band, or you got Michael Jackson tomorrow night and Elvis.
So they have cast dancers who they're already employed. So they have them dancing, and then they have a couple of musicians. Are they mimicking?
He said it's all click track, and they use a couple of girl singers as background singers.
I heard they use musicians that are faking it.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. He's
So
worried.
how long will it take them to recoup the money if they're selling all those cabins?
You think about a band, how much, you got 4 or 5 members, plus their air, plus those cabins that you could sell. So really, I don't think it's going to take all that long. And you have your money, and then you're all just, now you're making money again. And the physical, mental act of booking these guys and putting them, and all that's there. You don't need that worry anymore.
It's just going to be comedians and passengers eventually, because you still need the comedians.
You need the comedians, and they hate to admit it. We're the best show. We're the most popular.
We get the highest ratings. We get the most requests.
They know it. They just hate it because
some of the lines treat us like crap because of that.
Well, I don't work those lines, sir. Neither should you. We need to be respected. Think about, what's my flight going to be like next week? What do you think? Tampa to Frankfurt to Barcelona. What kind of delays am I looking at in that? What kind of travel nightmare? That. Yeah.
I did JFK to Frankfurt and then Barcelona.
It just reeks of me of delays, because everything's delayed now. Everybody on Facebook, everyone I know is delayed and canceled.
Weather related, yeah. Barcelona, one of my favorite cities in the world. We were there about 6-7 months ago. That was nice. No, actually 10 months ago now. Yeah. You're going to overnight. Are you going to overnight one night or two?
One night in Barcelona, but there's a what do you call it? The racing, F1.
Oh.
Is in Barcelona that weekend. So there are no hotels available.
Where are you staying?
I'm staying at a hotel. Luckily, they booked it early, but it's.
Why don't you sell your hotel for like $5,000 and sleep in the park?
Okay, it's a good option. I'll write that down. Sleep in. Whoa!
Your ship is going down.
That would be the best pod ever.
I'm king of the world.
Icon, can you imagine the icon sinks and we were podcasting during it? This thing would be seen.
Wow.
Worldwide. Oh,
and then
Jesus
this podcast
Christ.
Would finally take off.
It finally take
one Al, one pod.
That's right.
We'll have a picture of you.
You'd have to call Dave and have him redo it, and he would be I don't understand what's happening. It's too much.
Oh my
no,
God.
I looked it up. I'm staying at a hotel. I got the hotel, and it's like the reviews, they're going, the room's fine, everything, but they go, if you get here after 5 o'clock, bring food, because the restaurant closes and there's nothing within miles of this hotel. It is just sitting alone.
You
So-
know, I did stay in one of those places
Mm,
with Bernie for 2 nights.
mhm.
So we ended up taking the bus. The bus was right out in front of our hotel. We just
Mhm.
jumped on it, and about 4 stops later, we were by all the restaurants. It was kind of nice. Took
Okay. Well,
about 10, 15 minutes.
maybe I'll do that because I think I leave Tampa at 5:30 at night, and then I land in Frankfurt at like 9 a.m. And then I have 2 hour layover. But I'm in Barcelona like at 1 p.m.
Oh, that's a good time.
So yeah, probably if there's a bus type deal out there, I'll maybe
Now
jump on there and
they still do the siesta stuff, but just go into just about any restaurant. Just walk down one of those boulevards there. I don't even know
yeah.
the names of them, and you can't go wrong.
Oh.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
when I'm alone, I will sit in a restaurant. I'll sit at a table. I'll order wine and an entree.
Mhm.
No big deal. Or sit on a table on the sidewalk or something. I have no
Yeah.
issue with that. Some people can't.
No.
They have to get their stuff to go and they go eat it in their hotel room.
No, I used to be. I think we mentioned this, but I used to be a little, what's the word? Self-conscious about that. But
Mhm.
with the phone, you can. I
Yeah.
mean, whether you're listening to something, watching, reading,
Mhm.
you really don't need anyone
It's your
there.
companion.
And yeah, the time flies by, and I don't know if there's cigar. Last time I was in Barcelona, or Europe, I remember very uncigar friendly.
Yeah.
Very no sales anywhere, and
Nope.
really nowhere to
Cigarettes.
sure, but
Cigarettes.
no real area to smoke a cigar. Or I was thinking I'll sit outside with a cappuccino, have my
Yeah.
cigar, and it was like, no,
Now you
that's
got to
not
go
gonna
to the
happen.
park, and even then, people would be like,
Yeah, dirty American, filthy.
I brought some
So
extra
yeah,
sticks with me on this trip, so because I'm not with
oh
a
yeah,
lady,
nice.
and I don't have
Did
shows
you
every night.
do you guys tell the crowd that you're married?
We
How does
didn't
that?
this time,
Mm.
but many times in the past when we're working a club, we usually reveal it at the end.
Did you
Um,
did you guys switch the order? Do you keep the same order? She open, you open. How does that work? You do it like regular comics, just switch.
only a couple of shows. Bernadette, she likes to take the beach first. She's more comfortable with that. So I said, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do.
Okay,
Because
good.
I'm fart noise boy.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Okay.
um,
Yeah, I wondered if you guys mention it, like if you come out and go, "I'm the guy she's been
it's so funny.
shitting on for
She says
30 minutes."
after she shits on me for like 10 minutes, she goes, by the way, my husband's also a comedian and he's on another ship right now shitting on me. So she
Oh,
says all this, and then I come out and
okay.
I go, give another hand for Bernadette Pauly. I go, give a bigger hand for her husband. Holy shit, that guy deserves a Medal of Honor. How
Right,
does he do? And I just hammer away at
right.
her.
Then people are like, "They're married. I bet they're married."
No, they don't. They
Becomes
don't. But
no.
when we're walking
Hmm.
around the ship, they go, you guys are great. You guys are great. And she's like, he's my husband, by the way. I'm not cheating on my husband. He's my husband. She does.
Okay.
Because they
All
go,
right.
we were wondering, we keep seeing you guys together all the time. I was like, well,
Yeah.
because we're a man and woman, people assume,
Right.
you do not.
What is that?
Oh,
I don't know what
for
that
the
is.
listeners.
Yeah.
I took my finger and I made a circle with my other hands, my thumb and my
Oh,
finger. And I put
gotcha.
my finger in it, and I
A
was pretending.
suggestion of intercourse.
Yeah, fornication.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Fornication. All right. Well, I got 3 shows tonight, and 3 tomorrow, and then a day off. So fucking work us
I
out
have the
here,
night
man.
off 2 tomorrow,
Nice.
and then I have
Nice.
another show, but I have to go down and meet with the cruise director and
But you got to meet with Dave.
So he said you can give me your thumb drive or your USB. So I'm actually going to go down there with a mini hard drive that I have. That's like 250 gigs, and say
Dave
"It's
can't
right
read.
here."
What was the issue? Dave has issues. He can't read the email didn't go,
He
or
says he didn't come through yet because he said that sometimes the big files. I sent him 858 megabyte
Dave.
picture because they always want high
God
resolution.
damn, Dave.
I have no idea. Are we wrapping this up?
Yes. Pain in the ass. Yeah, man.
You got to go.
I think so. I've got to go, and I had a few notes, and I think I've carried you as far as I can carry you today.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Jesus
Enjoy.
Christ. I'll see you on
I
the
hope
beach.
everyone enjoyed my solo podcast work. That was fun. I enjoyed
Well, it
that.
breaks it up from the monotony of this podcast.
Hell yeah.
Nothing
Hell
wrong
yeah.
with it at all.
Have a good week on MSC. We look forward to the review. And yeah, man. Have a
We'll
good
give you
one.
all the deets.
All right.
Arrivederci.
Peace.
So long, man. Have a good trip.
Iceberg Dead. Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Two Owls, One Pod podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Go to patreon.com/forward-the2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.